All right, ma'am. So who do I have here with me today?
My name is Six.
Awesome to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
That's great. I have two more questions for you. I gotta ask. How old are you? If you feel like not answering it, that's fine. And then the second one is, how long have you been displaced?
I'm 45 years old and I have been displaced on and off since COVID.
Since COVID? How long is that? Like, could you give me a number, like a year or two?
So in 2019 or 2020, I think 2019-20, I came back to Arizona to take a corporate job here, but because of COVID, it actually didn't work out.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so that started off, I was in hotels for a while, and then at some point, it went from hotels to being out here.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's typical. That's a typical story. One of them that I hear a lot. Would you say that? How hard is it being a female and being out here by yourself versus being with somebody? I gotta ask.
So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. There's certain ways that it's absolutely horrendous being a female out here, and then there's other ways that I was able to find a little bit of restored faith in humanity because there are some really good people that watch after you.
Yes, ma'am.
And so, but you can't go anywhere without somebody trying to solicit you or pull something over. I was actually in that sober living fraud thing, sexually assaulted in one of the homes, and then it was shut down and I was displaced. And that kept me outside for a while because I felt safer outside than I did inside.
Yeah.
And so there's a bit of irony there. Yeah, it's rough. And I think, although as a woman, I think that's something that we always deal with,
Yeah, and doesn't that suck to me?
It's
I think
heightened out
that's
here, though,
yeah, I think that's horrible, that a woman can't just be herself without
I think it's the same for men too. I think that we're starting to hear more of that. Unfortunately, the world is full of good people and bad people, and you just have to hope and pray that you
have to kind of weed your way through it, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, but it's not always foolproof.
Yeah, very true. But what's the easiest, being with somebody or being without somebody? That's the question.
Well, human beings are not meant. Okay, so I have this thing where, the Notebook movie is the most beautiful movie ever in love stories because, they love each other so much. One dies, the other one dies. They're so brokenhearted. And nowadays, if you try to love someone like that, they tell you you're codependent. You need to get
100%.
counseling. Humans need other humans.
Very true.
So I think community and connection is necessary for all of us, no matter where we are. If you have a partner, of course, it's going to be a lot easier. But a relationship is hard to maintain out here because it's just hard out here, period.
It is, man, isn't it? I just watched you have a little, we'll call it a fadangle.
Yeah, you
and
see a
that
lot of
was
that.
horrible. I mean, it's like the lies, the little things. I mean, God, it's just so crazy. I finally understand what my wife was talking about. If you just keep it real from the jump, I think you're gonna get off to a winning start.
Right. So false hope is a horrible thing to give anybody, and if you're lying to save face, you're gonna have to. It always comes out, and it's worse down the line. But you see a lot of couples yelling, screaming at Circle K and whatnot.
Yeah.
Because it's hard out here, and a lot of us expect people to care for us in this manner that what we'd like to see or what would be the normal expectation in life, and we forget that most people out here aren't even caring for themselves on that level, let alone to offer it to someone else.
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone's
I agree.
in survival mode.
I agree. It's just one of the saddest things that I see out here. Over little things too, like the the situation that just happened, I won't go too far, that could have been fixed so fast. So fast.
Right.
It was almost like if he was slow timing it on purpose. Like, why? Hey, all you had to do was say, hey, man, I don't want to do that interview. I would have said, hey, thank you, man. I'll see you next time.
Well,
you no need to.
He gets stuck. We all get stuck. I'm terrible with time.
Yeah, sure.
But, like, well, I just did the same thing, you know. But I don't disappear for hours on end and not answer my phone. And I tell guys this all the time, and it's the same for girls. If somebody's calling, if your partner's calling your phone and you don't answer, I don't know about men, I can't say for you, and I can't speak for all women, but we automatically jump to, if you're not answering your phone, that something's wrong. You've been hurt, you're arrested, or you're cheating. Because otherwise, wouldn't you just be answering your phone? As my phone's ringing?
Facts. Yeah, I know as it rings. That's so funny. That's him. He's calling, feels bad about what he does, what he did or whatever. That's just the usual thing. The usual stupidness of a man. I can agree. Men are so dumb sometimes.
No, we all are. It's not a man.
You know what? You're right. Thank you for saying that.
I told him, us together we're never going to get somewhere. Like, if you invite us somewhere, like, you better tell us. Be there Monday, we'll be there Wednesday.
Yeah. Don't feel bad. I'm the same way. Me and my wife are the same way. It takes us a while to get places. And we're the laughing joke at the, Halloween party or Christmas party. Like, you better tell them early. Because, it takes them, 45 minutes just to get ready. But, I mean, as long as we get there, I feel like, so what? We're there. We're here,
yeah.
I
don't know. Everybody's in a rush to get somewhere. Like, that's one thing that kept me out here, too, is I walked past places that I drove by for 7 years and didn't know existed. And we're so busy in this life. People want to look down on homeless people because they're out here. And I'm like, I said to my ex, the worst thing in the world is not when my kids are in another state with you and your family, being at a park that they spent millions of dollars to make nice and beautiful on a nice day, enjoying the company of cool people. The worst thing in the world was when I had the career, the business card, the house, the car, and I was dying inside from stress.
Man, I would love for you to elaborate a little bit more. So you were once a big shot out here. You were once
not a
working.
Big shot, but I was doing. I was just, I was living like I was.
Yeah, just you were a worker. You were doing what you had to do to put food on the table. Now I gotta ask, are you from here?
No, I'm from Pennsylvania.
You know what's crazy? I gotta tell everybody this that is not from here. 90% of the people that I talk to are not from Arizona.
Wow. And they're all homeless?
They're all homeless. It's almost like there's a sign that says like,
Go
"Hey,
back.
if you're gonna be homeless, come to Arizona." Now, is that the weather thing?
No, someone had actually said that, and I've lived in Arizona on and off since I was small.
Okay, so
I went to kindergarten over here, across
Hohoken.
on the other side of Eden. I went to Pima and Pueblo.
Oh yeah, Pueblo, yeah.
I've been in a lot of schools. I can't even remember all the names. Like, my dad's job transferred around a lot, but so Arizona, I'm not really a native, but I've been here on and off my whole life.
Okay. So you're used to it.
But yeah, I did know somebody from Pennsylvania, and before I was ever homeless, or would have even thought that it could happen to me, because a lot of us think, like, when do we think a bed and a place to stay at night is something optional that we might not have? A lot of, I would have never, ever thought that I would be in this situation. And they said, like, oh, Arizona's a great place to be homeless, and I wouldn't do it anywhere else. I'm like, it's the weirdest thing to say, like you're picking a place to be homeless. Like, it seems so ludicrous to be
cliche almost, even weird, yeah.
But it is, like, it's a lot different out here being homeless than the image that you have in your head, like, if you've never been homeless and you've never known homeless people. And the stigma that hangs over we're all just the same people that live next door to you until we don't. And a lot of our next door neighbors are going to end up out here.
Yeah.
Because the cost of living is becoming
crazy,
ridiculous.
Isn't it?
Yeah, and they're not, the cost of food's gone up, but the food stamps haven't.
Do you know what's crazy? Now that you are talking about food stamps, my wife's going to kill me. I know when she hears this, but I got to say it. Back in the day, McDonald's forgot why we used to go to McDonald's. We never went to McDonald's because they taste good. And we never went to McDonald's because you can't burn their cheese. We went to McDonald's because you could feed a family of 4 or 5 on $10. Same with Taco Bell and same with the rest of them, Jack in the Box. But now they're literally $70, $80.
Yeah, $12
No, literally $70, $80 for 4 or 5 people.
Yeah, last night I went down to Jack in the Box and it was for me and him, and I ran into a friend on the way, and we had a friend that was at the bus stop not feeling good, and she just wanted a milkshake, and I said, I'm gonna bring you some back. He just got a milkshake, but I did buy enough for 3 meals and a couple extra tacos and drinks, $57.
Now, isn't that bananas?
It sucks.
Isn't that crazy?
I don't know how people are doing it.
Yeah, no, they're not.
Before I came out here, when I had a management job, and I was making $20 a month on salary, too much for food stamps, but not enough to take care of my family and myself.
Yeah.
And I was like, how are my employees doing it? I don't understand how, and I think about often people on Social Security, do they really think that people are paying rent and buying food?
Yeah, rent's now.
How is this acceptable?
It's insane. Rent for a 1 bedroom or a studio is over $2,000. Now, let's not forget about if you have a car. Forget about having a phone.
Right.
Forget about if you have to pay gas.
Insurance.
Oh, you're in the 3, 4, 5,000s.
And then if you're not low income with children, then you're also covering your health insurance, if you can.
Yeah, isn't that awful? I mean, it's horrible, and I just think that that's a big part of the reason why, the stigmatism is real, especially as far as being homeless.
I think there's a fear too, because we're a reminder of that it can happen, because a lot of people are that close to it.
Really, I always tell people all the time, you're a slip, fall, drink, fart, burp away from being homeless. So please have a little compassion when you see somebody homeless, or at the very least, have some sympathy,
Well, I've learned that you judge somebody, God will let you walk in their shoes.
100%. That's 100% true. I mean, you don't want to judge, and you want to have empathy. Where'd the empathy go? Where did it go? Why is everybody so, just pieces of shit now, and mean and stern and just ugly,
Yeah, I don't steal. I pick up other people's trash.
Sure.
I've been kicked out of places. I was actually told one day at McDonald's not to bring my bags in because they didn't want bugs in the store. Okay?
God.
And it's just when I've left stores crying just because the way I'm treated. I was kicked off of the sidewalk by a 7-Eleven once. I hadn't even gone on the property yet, and I said, I just come back from California where they have only 7-Elevens and I have thousands of points, and I was going to come in there and buy something, and I won't, and I'll leave, and it's good to know that you make enough money working there that you can live on your own and you can judge those of us that don't.
Yeah.
And we both know that statement is hard to live on your own when you're working as a cashier at a store, and I know this because I've been in that situation, and I've left crying so many times, and I started telling people, no matter where I go to sleep or where you go to sleep tonight, I will never be as morally bankrupt as you are, because I can't imagine talking to someone and treating them in a way that would have them walking away crying just because of what I thought when I looked at them in a manner.
Yeah.
I can't imagine being all right with making people feel that way.
Yeah, that's awful, man. Gosh, this world is so sick, you know. I don't know what we're gonna do about it. And how do you feel?
Human need. I think that if we did everything, we treated everything as loving as we can. Imagine this.
Yeah.
If we all just naturally adored each other and treated each other with love and kindness, we wouldn't need the cars, the houses, because we would already be being adored. They could abolish the financial crisis. But anybody that preach that agenda gets assassinated, because it's the core human need. A heart full of love, pure, innocent love and joy we're sent into this world with.
Yes.
And people need to bring that, allow themselves to have it back, because if you shut yourself off of it, you've surrendered it. Because no one can take that from us. We have to give it away. And a lot of people do, because they're afraid of being hurt, so they shut themselves down. But then you let them win, you know?
Very true. Have you, did I ask you, have you heard of Midnight Row or anything like that?
No.
It's like Midnight Special or something, where they kidnap homeless people.
I mean,
it's called Midnight.
I've heard stories. I don't really.
I forgot the name. It's like
I don't
Midnight
really like
something.
to.
Yeah, that's.
I don't.
No
I've heard stories. I've heard all kinds of stories about all kinds of different stuff. And I mean, I don't.
You don't like to indulge, yeah.
I
no
don't
problem.
really. I don't know much, and.
So that's
like
smart. Yeah, let's keep it that way. Yeah, but I've heard so much stuff, and I always want to know if it's
nothing.
True.
I mean, it's not. It's whether it's real in this world.
And it's called Midnight Productions.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I mean, that kind of stuff, we see movies about it way before I ever heard of it when I was a kid. You know, there's things like that have been happening since way back when, and so yeah, sure, I'm sure that it's all over. I don't know anything in details about it, but you know.
Pretty crazy, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
Especially if there's homeless people out here getting snatched and getting put in snuff films. That's sad. And also, you know, I've heard about, someone told me about the chemicals in the, you know, the river bottom, that they have literally caused and created, like, different things.
Yeah, chemicals. I don't know, but you know what? Did you notice it's green?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and it's,
I think they need to make it a beach where you could swim, because it's called Tempe Beach, and I would go swimming there when it's hot, but I wouldn't.
Yeah, I would. Hey, but like I said, there's chemicals, and I heard that there was things in there, like things that are not.
I saw a fish like this big.
Okay, so there you go.
So I don't know. It was weird. So, okay, picture this. I'm walking over Priest Bridge, and I look over and I see something.
Yeah.
And it looked to me like a catfish, probably, or like some.
Yeah, something that you noticed.
It was like the length of a human, and I didn't think much of it at the time. I'm like, wow, that's a big fish. But hold on a second. If you think about this, that is the freaking overflow. There's like tall bushes there and stuff. So that's just when it floods. So how the fuck did that get out there? I don't want to know.
You see, that's what I heard.
That's none
too.
of my business.
I heard, and I was just like, "Whoa!"
Probably from
that's scary stuff,
fell
right?
out of one of them spaceships.
Yeah, man, isn't that crazy?
Awful,
isn't
man.
that pretty gnarly? Yeah, man.
I don't know, but yeah, it's weird, and don't go noodling with that thing.
Yeah, don't go messing with them. Hey, hands will be gone quick, huh?
I don't know what else it could have been.
Yeah.
Somebody said it's probably an alligator. Maybe.
Oh yeah, sure.
That's scary too.
Yeah, the super alligator.
I'm not trying to.
Yeah, there's just so much crazy stuff going on. And the last few questions I have for you are: how do you feel about the urban camping law?
I thought urban camping was a cute way to say being homeless, so I found out it was a felony.
Yeah, how's that, huh?
So
having this down here,
it sucks because
could cause you to get a citation.
having it on the ground.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I think it sucks because a lot of people can't, and also like even with the resources, there's some people are have been in the situation, done everything right, tried to get inside and they couldn't, and so it sucks because what are you supposed to do? We're all human beings. There's nothing worse in the world that you want to fall asleep somewhere, you're just so aching tired and you can't sleep because you're in fear of getting in trouble, not even getting hurt.
Yeah.
Like just getting in trouble, dude.
Yeah, it's
or
awful.
Just like praise the Scottsdale because I've seen people sleeping like at bus benches and stuff and like thank God they let them just understand that they're just being people sleeping.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Shout out to Scottsdale for that.
I mean, I've been lucky. I can't say everyone has, and I can't say that, we've been staying in the backyard of a friend, but like, I'm trying to go inside, but like, it sucks. We're just people. Like, I don't think you should be sitting at bus stops getting high, doing things that kids can see and families. It's disrespectful to the community. But, and I don't know. We have to, there's accountability on our end for some parts of the messes that people leave. And that's one of the reasons I'm trying to pick up after people. And it's not all of us that are doing that, though.
Yeah.
That's the thing that sucks. Is a couple out there, and I hate to say it, but ones that are leaving a lot of messes and doing these things people don't like, a lot of the time those are very severe mental illness cases, and they don't.
Oh yeah, schizophrenia, things like that.
And they might, not even know that they're doing like leaving the mess the way they are, but not all of us are going and trashing everything. And
very true. Very true.
What are you supposed to do? Like, I don't
know. That's why these are very gnarly and very epic questions, that need to be out there.
Money that's available in the government, and that's just like, I don't think it's like a blatant oversight that somebody's milking and making money. I think there's some places that people are inundated with work, and there's an oversight of funds that could be moved around, and it could help people. And some of the things, because I work on lower end jobs, like, I mean, like not like, within different governmental agencies, like just to see, whether it be transportation or something, but just to see some things that are real simple fixes to free up money that just somebody probably hasn't had the ability to slow down and look at.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah.
Like, look at this. We're not allowed in the alleys, right?
Yeah,
I got trespassed for being in an alley.
Yeah.
Why don't they shut the alleys down completely?
Build little homes.
Pull them together, or put apples and oranges trees back there. Something, it's unused space. Pull the yards together. Give the property owners that much more square footage in their land. You increase the property value, property tax. Boom, everyone wins, right? You can also push the economy with that. Oh, hey, let's call the fencing guy. You need an RV gate. You need electric in your backyard. Let's put a spa.
Good idea.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like things like that. And then it's like you don't have to worry about the blight back there. The police don't have to man it. And the only loss I can really see is the no trespassing tickets that aren't getting paid already are not going to be getting paid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But all that money on property tax and property value, boom.
Yep.
Whenever have they been able, any politician been able to offer government and citizen a win together?
Yeah, that's true.
So things like that. Those are the things that we need that can like open up avenues. All these corporate buildings that they can't give away since COVID because they want, businesses are like, hey, this overhead I don't need to be paying, I can be pocketing. Now they can't give that space away. They could be turning that into low-income housing. So many people would be happy with enough space to lay their head and
watch TV. They're making all kinds of stuff now over by Tempe. None of them have people in them. Those new buildings going up in Tempe, not one of them have people in them.
They need to do some affordable housing or some
it's awful.
Rent control like New York City has, because it's not just, it's, when people think of homeless, then they automatically go to, criminal drug addicts. You're looking at elderly, you're looking at people with, once you hit the age and you don't have children and you can't get out. How many times you call a phone number and it's like, if you are a single parent, if you're a woman with children,
call the hotline.
I feel bad for single men with no kids almost. That's got to change. That our men are just as supported as our women.
Yeah, it's awful.
They have to, but when it comes to our elderly, I think that there's a big worry that we should all have. What's going to be happening with those living on a fixed income with the rate increases? They have to move out of their apartment. Where are they going to go next?
Yeah, there's nowhere for them to go. Everywhere costs so much money. It's over.
We shouldn't be seeing elderly people out here without a hand.
There's a guy out here by Circle K. I know him. I've been knowing him for a while. He has a truck.
Oh yeah, I helped clean up his property.
Yeah, I really don't want to say on here too much, but he's waiting, and hopefully he tries to do a little something. We'll see.
Yeah, and then there are some people that are offered somewhere to go, and they don't want to deal with the parameters of what they have to do.
Oh yeah.
And so there's that. Some people prefer to be out here.
Yeah, some people do.
Yeah, look, you got to think of this. A lot of people work all year round, and they take their 1 week vacation they have, and they spend a lot of money to go out into the woods and do what they look down on everyone
else
out here that does that every day. But there is a big thing that people need to understand. They think that the non-working, unhoused are lazy and just, it is so much harder to be out here winging it, trying to figure out what you're going to do every day, even where are you going to safely lay your head, than it is to go to work and just have a routine and just do it that way. It is so much easier to do it that way.
Man, it couldn't have been said better myself. You killed it. That was great. That was great. I gotta just let you know that was an amazing interview. I got one last question for you, and that is, like I ask everybody, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years from now, and why?
So, I have a goal, but it's kind of, so my 5-year goal and, long-term plan is physical, mental, and financial health, rooted with spirituality and family, and I don't have a game plan for that, one day at a time. Where I got to start, though, is, with a I got to start with the cleansing and go from there. And I did try that last year, and I was dead set on it. And man, through every avenue, I was sent back out here through every attempt. And if I told you that I was going to go back in, I even got high just to fail a drug test to go inside. And CBI couldn't even get me in CBI. But you know what happened? I met several people that 2 girls, word for word, said the same thing to me. I couldn't figure out why my life was going this way, and now I know it's because God put us in front of each other so I could hear what you had to say.
Crazy,
and then I just helped my friend with something, and I like to think that maybe that's part of the reason. I don't know.
Maybe it is.
God did it this time.
Yeah, it's Him. It's Him.
I'm like, God, let me. Can I?
Yeah. Well,
give the message to myself this time.
Yeah. There it is. There.
I don't know. Sometimes that's why I said sometimes it sucks. People are doing everything they can and they still end up out here.
Yep, it is what it is. Well, I want to thank you so much for this interview.
If I'm out here, hopefully it's just helping people and not living out here.
And I can see you doing that.
I'll probably come here on my week off and camp outside.
Yeah, and just help people, man. Just help them.
Too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I like to do something that's working with people.
Yeah, help people, do whatever it is you do, and shout out to anybody who comes out here and does whatever it is they do. And I gotta ask you, do you mind people like me coming around? I don't offer millions of dollars. I don't offer houses.
Money's not my thing.
Do you mind when we want to just talk to you and get your story?
No, I talk a lot. That's no secret.
There it is, yeah.
I love people. I love talking to people, and anything you want to know. Like I try to keep my moral compass pretty attuned. I have a drug addiction, but I like to think I'm not a piece of shit. Does that mean I make everyone happy? Surely not. I'm human.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's just how we want to work.
But if you have a question, I can help you. I would love to help the whole world, and I can't do that. But if there's something you want to know, and I within reason can answer. Some things I can't answer because I don't know, or it's none of my business to be talking about. But.
There it is there. Yeah, well, that was a hell of an interview. That was one of my best so far. I gotta thank you. This was an amazing interview, very powerful. I hope this touches a lot of people, and I hope that next time I see you, you're doing much better than what you're doing now. I believe that to be true. I talk to so many people every day, and you're very, very, very articulate and intelligent. Just to say the least. I feel that you got a good head on your shoulders, and I think what you're here to do, and I think that you're gonna succumb everything that you want to do. You're gonna pass it and get it done. This is just a mild stop for you.
So what do you think is like the catalyst bringing everyone out here? Like, I mean, everyone's got a different story, I guess, right? Or
why is everyone out here?
I mean, everyone has a different story, but do you see anything that like you could be like, oh, well, they're all so different, but they all have this in common?
Yeah, sure. There's a million things in common. So everybody that I talk to knows something.
I think
like they can fix things. Yeah, you'd be surprised. There's people here that are full-fledged dragster, engine specialists, Ducati specialists. There's just people who can build houses. I've met just an array of people like yourself. I've met people like you who are thinkers. I call people like you thinks. People who think about stuff before they go and do some jackass shit.
Yeah, I think that there's I always say, at least in the addict community, holds the deepest thinkers and feelers.
Oh yeah, all day long.
And I think that a lot of people in drug addiction stay there because they become their own challenge, because they find a hard time finding a challenge other places.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Or self-sabotage, because it's always good to pull out the rug from yourself so you don't have to worry about someone else.
Very true. Very true.
But yeah, there's a lot of amazing people out here, and that's made it hard to want to go inside at times.
Yeah, probably. I bet. Yeah.
I mean, it's not full of like just dirt bags like everyone wants to think. There's really cool people that you'll meet.
Yeah, you'll meet some good people.
Really,
some people that change your whole life.
I thought humanity was dead until I sat down one day and took a pause and really just put things into check. And
I told you, I don't know if I told you, maybe it was your boyfriend, but I think it was you. Someone told me something that was unbelievable. Literally told me, hey, you outweigh all your stereotypes. Son of a gun. I was like, what? Say that? I didn't know whether to be. I was just like, huh? I'll take that.
I don't even know what stereotypes. I try not to stereotype people.
Well, like the typical black stereotypes. Like,
I don't really know, because everybody has different ideas, but I don't know.
Yeah. I
don't know. I'm finding I'm a lot, as much as I've been out in the world, and like I had one day when I was 17 in Pennsylvania. I didn't go to school, and I ended up, in Winslow, Arizona, a couple days later with my friends. And I thought that I'd like been around, lived life and stuff, and I'm not as worldly as I had thought. Like,
yeah, yeah, not at all. Yeah.
I'd like to get back some of that ignorant bliss, though.
Yeah, that's cool. And you will. But I'm going to cut this right now. This is perfect. I want you to know, like I said, this is a beautiful interview, and I think it's going to touch a lot of souls. And I want to thank you for your time. Next time I see you, hopefully we can get a part 2 and an update. And hopefully, like I said before, you're just going up. You're leveling up from there, from here to just keep going and going. I want to thank you so much. You've been an amazing person. Thank you for your time, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for putting our stories out there. And if I can say one thing, I would just like everybody, like, to know that, like, we're all out here, just people. We're mothers, sisters, daughters, brothers, sons of people, and you know, we're the same human beings outside as we are when we live inside.
Man.
And you know, don't be afraid of us. Don't worry, you won't catch homelessness. Just
there it is.
do the Ramsey way and have 3 months of preparation.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you so much, ma'am. Have a good night.
You too. Thank you.